Dile que tú eres mía, mía, tú sabes que eres mía, mía.
My name is Mary, I am part of Group 5.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Lucy, I'm part of Group 5.
I'm Connie and I'm from Group 5.
Hi guys, I'm Mia, I'm part of Group 5. I'm Ria and I'm from Group 5.
Hi guys, I'm Jazzy, I'm part of Group 5.
So when packing your bags, there's a kind of specific way that you have to do it so it's not too heavy in like the wrong places or anything like that. So it's always your sleeping bag at the bottom of the bag, and then anything that's heavier, such as the trangia or like the poles of the tent or anything, goes or like against your back, so it's the closest to your back, and then the lighter stuff goes furthest away from your back, and that just helps to like kind of distribute the weight. And then also it's important to have stuff that you might need quick access to near the top of your bags or in easy like side pockets or whatever. So stuff like protein bars, waterproofs, wipes is always really handy to have like close to you, just in case it starts raining or you just feel a bit hungry or anything like that.
We've just left. Yeah. We're hoping for a good trip. And wish us luck. We're off. Let's go! To Group 5. Hello, so I'm going to go through this gate now because you should remember to close your gate, because this area is where sheep and goats and animals are. So if you close the gate and open correctly, they are contained and they don't escape.
Okay, so in the expedition we came across a number of gates, obviously, and you'd always have to remember that every time you open a gate, after the whole group has gone through that gate, you have to close the gate, because if it was closed before, make sure that the animals in that private area or in the territory, they don't leave. So you just leave it how it is.
Group 5, checkpoint 1.
So now we've arrived to checkpoint 1 and we're all feeling very good, not that tired because we haven't walked that far yet. Two groups have passed us as well, and we're just trying to figure out how to work the walkie-talkie.
Okay, so we're having lunch now, and it's good to take breaks regularly, otherwise you don't want to overwork yourself. Remember to drink water regularly as well, so you keep hydrated.
So we've reached tag point 2. This is where we ate lunch. We had a little break. It was about 20 minutes to half an hour. It's important to keep a good amount of time for your lunch slots because you need that time to eat and build up your energy to last you throughout the rest of the day. We found it really helpful to bring snacks because it just energized throughout the day, especially protein bars we found very helpful.
We're basically in a waterfall and we here have a plunge pool underneath where the water's hitting the bottom of the thing, and here is the Gorge recession where the waterfall has moved back over time. So yeah.
So it was really interesting actually because we've been learning a lot about like rivers and stuff like that in geography, so it was really interesting to see like the landforms like that, such as the waterfall, in real life. A lot of different sections where it was just completely different, and I thought it was just really beautiful really to be walking through all of that terrain.
The Dale. The Dale was absolutely stunning. We walked in and there were just flowers for days, beautiful rolling hills, green luscious grass.
I came across this dale and yeah, I really liked it because everyone was admiring the scenery, and while we were walking you would see like, you know, this beautiful scenery at the same time, so I think that was what really motivated everyone to keep walking.
Oh my god, the Dale! Yeah, so in the dale, it was so pretty, and we reached this lagoon, and there were these like white flowers surrounding it, and it was just really pretty.
Oh my goodness, the Dell was gorgeous. It was actually beautiful. It was one of the highlights of the trip. It actually boosted everyone's morale seeing that beautiful thing we saw while we were doing it. It really inspired us to just push through and keep going.
Oh, and let me just tell you, some of the flowers we saw were amazing, very rare. You will see in a moment my botanical segment. I'm very proud of that.
Okay, so today I'm introducing you to my botanical segment of this piece. So far we've seen lots of common cow parsley, buttercups, saw some gorse bushes, also some moss and ferns. It's been very exciting. This dale's full of wildflowers. We also were reading up over there, and we've just discovered that over here we have a violet blue Jacob flower, which is apparently very rare and very specialised in this area of the world. And they only come out from late to June, so we're very lucky to go see them. So yeah, I just thought I'd do that.
Group 5, checkpoint 3.
So this time it was easier for us to get back and put our tent up earlier because we still had daylight, because the daylight hours were longer. We managed to get back relatively early and get the tent set up before it was dark. It's important to do this because otherwise it's just hard to see.
Hi guys, so we've just arrived at the camp. We're a bit low on energy, so we're gonna get
so great.
Yeah, but we're gonna get our tents up. We're gonna make the food, and we're going to do a little check-in after. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay guys, we just made it to our campsite. First day's over. Yes.
My poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the pain. Let the bullets fly or let them rain. My love, my time, it came from.
So this is the moment where we realised our tent was ripped. Up until now, the trip had been full of highs. I think this was a low point for me.
Light the match for the fire to cook the food.
Lying on you!
Okay, so guys, we've gotten boiling the bag foods because we learned from last time that these are more effective in time, efficient, and they fill you up a bit more. So this is what we've gotten.
So guys, we found it really useful to bring boil in the bag foods because it's very quick to make, very practical, and also has a very high calorie count, so it keeps us energized. The brand we preferred was Wayfarer, although there are other brands that you can, like, you know, pour water in, mix it up and produce food.
Sleep in the tent. On the practice expedition, we discovered that it was actually quite hard to get to sleep in a tent, so we decided to use something that we kind of had used before. Well, we decided to use an app that I had used before, which was basically an app to help you get to sleep, and we all found that really helped. So we tried that again, and we actually got a really nice, solid, good sleep, basically, and I felt really good after it as well, so yeah.
Okay guys, so right now it's about 7ish. Yeah, 7:20, having breakfast. Just making it right now.
Right, so we're currently packing up everything else now. We've got the tents down, and now we're just putting it into different places, basically, into different bags.
Because the weather was so bad on the second day, we made sure that we packed up the tent way before there was any rain, because we learned from Epping Forest that packing up when there's rain is just absolutely awful. So that's something that we improved on this time.
So on our way to Tag Point 4, we went into a field with sheep and we actually got a bit lost, and I think we entered the place we weren't supposed to. The farmer came up behind us and we went, no. And he was actually really nice. He put us back on the right track, he told us what road we were on, he was assuring us we were in the right way, he asked us if we could help us anywhere, and he was just so lovely, and it really made our day. It was really nice.
We've just arrived to T5, next to a telephone box, which was easy to see on the map. Very exhausted because we'd just done a lot of uphill, but we're very happy that we've finally arrived.
So Chana, this is group 5 and we've just reached Tag Point 5.
Okay, so basically this is the second day we've been in on this trip, so it's the second day, so it's second day.
Yeah, very nice.
It's very nice. I think it's quite different to the other Dales because it's quite like more. I don't know. It's more like closed off. There's a lot more like wildlife, well, like plants basically.
Yeah.
I just think it looks.
There's a blossom.
It's very different, and it looks nice. The gate won't open, so now we are climbing over. But don't worry, we are allowed to. We are allowed to. Just be careful, guys, it's very slippery. Take your time.
So we've reached tag point 6. This is when we ate lunch for the second day. Well, this was a bit of a problematic area. We had cows chasing us.
Mia's very scared right now. There's cows coming, there's cows coming.
We were in a bit of a hurry to run away. It wasn't helping. We had low energy as well because this was like after we'd walked through the whole dell, which was our longest section of the journey. So that was a bit of a hard area for us, but we pushed through.
Okay, so we're just having lunch now. We're very, very tired, which that's how it's quite hard to get here for lunch. We're doing well, we're tired, so it's going to be quite a long lunch break.
Just got lost, and we got to this point and we didn't know where we were, but what we did is we looked out for signs, and we couldn't make it down this road because we didn't know where it was, but we saw this road and we saw that it was B5055 and we saw a signpost, and so we just went down there instead. So the key thing to remember if you get lost is that there's always a way to get back onto the path it's supposed to be on.
Currently on a bridge, and we just had to climb up. There's a little path that leads up, it's quite steep, and it comes up here, and now this is the last little section, so we just have to basically walk along this, which is an old rail track, and we should get back to the coach.
So first day we came back and we discovered we had a lot of blisters. The first thing to do when you have a blister is put a blister plaster straight on, so you prevent any irritation or swelling. And also it's very important to keep your feet dry, because if your boots are wet, your feet will rub against your boots. So it's always advisable to bring a spare pair of socks you can change into that so your feet are nice and dry to prevent rubbing.
It's currently 2:40. We've made it back.
We're covering for my
We are so happy that we're back. We were the first group. We were the first full group back.
We are the first group. Just
Everyone's feet is so like shriveled and mank, and everyone's just, it's gross, and everyone's just lying here. But we're happy. Everyone be happy.
Don't say that too much. Don't say that too much. Some people bad. Actually, like I was expecting it to be really bad, but like I actually found I really enjoyed it and I thought it was really fun.
When we got to Parsley Hay, I was so like a huge, like immense wave of relief, and I was really happy because, you know, we were one of the first groups to get to Parsley Hay, and so collectively on both days, I think we walked about like 30 kilometers. So knowing that, you know, after the 30 kilometers we were able to reach our destination, everyone was fine. Like it was really, really good to like me. I was like over the moon, everyone was.
Overall, I think it was quite a positive experience, and when we finished, it was the best. It was like the best feeling in the world. I think that it was definitely an improvement from Epping Forest because we changed a lot of the things that we did. So like this kind of snacks that I took a lot more, and I took stuff that was high in calories because we needed the energy, whereas the first time around I took snacks that weren't really very great. And other things we improved on is that we packed up before the rain, so that was really critical because it also meant that we weren't carrying wet tents with us because that adds so much weight. And I think that it was definitely a much better experience than Epping Forest, and also the scenery really helped.
Okay, so in comparison to our practice expedition, I thought it was a lot better because I think for the practice one we were like kind of like told when to have breaks and stuff, and so like say for example if we like had done like a really big hill, we didn't really like have the opportunity to take a break or anything, whereas like whenever we actually felt tired doing the actual expedition, we could make the decision to stop and like take a break.